Hey, good morning, friends. Mark Holmes here with my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo, as well as Joe Bear in the house. And as always, I want to thank you guys for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, this literally does not work. So let's get open for business here and let's wake up the football gods. Wake up here, guys. Wake up here. So, how's everybody doing on this Tuesday, Taco Tuesday? Oh, damn. Taco Tuesday. I had actually had chicken. I was going to do jerk chicken today. Wonder if I can do jerk chicken tacos. That might be interesting. Yeah, that might be what we have to do. So, how you guys doing on this Tuesday? You see, we got the football guys. We got them working. We've rearranged a little bit here. With the camera and done a few things with the lighting. Hopefully it's a little crisper and clearer, and still trying to do a few things to make the experience a little bit better, because you constantly have to evolve and get better, or else you get left behind. So yesterday we all know that Dak Prescott signed the franchise tag deal, and it's funny how I've had so many people. It doesn't matter what happens with Dak Prescott. If he signs the deal, if he doesn't sign the deal, if he signs the franchise tag, they're going to make fun of him. So now, Dak signs the franchise tag. People are saying, no contract, Dak. Dak Prescott ain't got a contract. But if they had signed a contract, they would have said, oh man, they paid too much for him. If he doesn't and he holds out, of course they say, he's a bum, he's not a team player. So there's never ever, and I'm beginning to realize this, there's never ever a time when somebody says, good job, Dak. Wow, that's a great move. I'm honestly asking you, have you ever seen that happen where they say, boy, that was a great thing that he did? No matter what happens, no matter what he does, it's not right. When 2016 we were winning, and they were saying, "Oh, he's just a dink and dunk quarterback." They weren't saying that he's a winning quarterback. They said, "Oh, he's just a dink. He can't get the ball downfield." He starts getting the ball downfield. Oh, they're not winning. Oh, forget the dink and dunk. Empty calories. Empty calories. So people were, Skip Bayless, who I'm about done with. Skip Bayless has just literally gotten to be on my nerves and seems to become a Dak Prescott hater. He's sitting there talking about, oh, Dak Prescott, he wants like an insane number, like $40 million or somewhere, and this, that. I don't recognize my quarterback for my Dallas Cowboys. Last time I checked, I think Jerry Jones owns the team. I think Jerry Jones owns the team. And, I don't know too many people who are Cowboy fans that throw the jerseys in the trash and then take them back out. I'm just saying. I've never done that. I've never, ever. I did think about setting Jay Ratcliffe's jersey on fire. I did think about that one, but I didn't. So, Skip Bayless, I wanted to see what he's going to have to say yesterday, but they weren't on air. Because, of course, he's been talking about, well, Dak needs to give some. Dak Prescott. I did see a little clip where he says, well, Dak still needs to work with the Cowboys. Hey, listen. He's playing on a franchise tag. That means the Cowboys only have this 1 year that they are committed to, be it at a very extreme price. Now, I have to give credit where credit's due for the Dallas Cowboys. They ended up doing a $100 million turnaround. Back in the early 2010, 2011, 2012, those years, the Dallas Cowboys would start the offseason $20-25 million over the cap. They would have to go through and they restructure. Give you an example. I think it was 2013. Tony Romo, who had just signed a contract 2 years before, had a base salary of, I want to say, about $14 million. And what they did to get some extra relief, so that way they didn't have to release all the players that they would have to have released, they restructured his deal. Now, understand what restructure is. A lot of people say, oh, they're a team player. They restructured their deal. They gave money back. It's not like that. All it really is a way to account for money. So they took his base salary, which was going to be $14 million, and they made it $955,000. So the $13 million that they wrote him a check for and said, here's guaranteed money, they divide that by the length of the contract. So 13 million, if it was 5 years, then it would be what, $3 million. Well, no, $2.5 million a year is what it would count. Okay, so you'd add that 950,000 plus the $2.5 million on there, plus any other signing bonus money, reducing basically his cap number by about $10 million, which is great. You could do that today if you wanted to with Zach Martin. But the problem is you're not giving him any more money. You're not taking any money away from him. You're just guaranteeing it. And you are not paying it now. Technically you are, but you're paying it on the cap later. And hence the problem for the Cowboys, because they did that with Miles Austin. They did that with Jason Witten. They did it with DeMarcus Ware. They did it with Tyrone Crawford. They kept borrowing money. And so every offseason it was like, well, we got to rob Peter to pay Paul. So if we grab some money from Tyrone Crawford, we can use it to pay those old debts over here. This year the Cowboys went in with $72 million in cap space. They didn't have to restructure anybody, although they did do Zeke's for basically $1 million. I'm still not sure exactly why, but it was $1 million. And you're paying Dak Prescott at the highest rate possible on the franchise tag. Because like we're just talking about with Tony Romo's contract, where you can maneuver the money and basically account it and make it look smaller than it is, you can't do that with a franchise tag. You can't. It's a hard, fast number that's guaranteed. And so that is not the way you really want to do this. I've had some people say, Dak Prescott, he's the new Kirk Cousins. Well, there's a slight difference in this one. The Redskins never offered Kirk Cousins a long-term extension. They didn't. They didn't put it out there. They basically said, we got a franchise tag, that's what you're going to play on. For 2 years in a row. The only time they thought about doing a contract extension was when they thought that maybe if we get him one, we can trade him. Now we got Alex Smith. But they were worried that they wouldn't be able to trade him, and then they get stuck with two quarterbacks that they're paying a hefty contract to. So when you think about Dak Prescott, for you to say that they didn't want Dak Prescott, we've heard $35 million a year over, a year, 5 years is what they're offering, which is like Russell Wilson's contract. To say I'm going to pay you as much as the top quarterback out there, and we're just kind of fiddling with years, does say that they do want him. I think that does say it. But I could be wrong. I could be wrong. You can interpret it however you want. But for the franchise, if they do not get a long-term deal done, again, this is going to be another spot where you look at with the Dak Prescott situation that you screwed up. This should have been done last year. Been under $30 million. You now have $31.2 million for salary hard this year. Next year, if you don't get it done, it's 37.8. You've paid by those 2 years already $35 million with no cap relief. So next year, it'll be $37 million. And or you're going to be fighting against Pat Mahomes and Deshaun Watson's deals as well, which means that number will kick up even more. So this is a game that right now, Cowboys are losing. The best thing they can do is get this thing done, save that money on the cap this year. They'll create some more cap space, or they can go ahead and eat that 10, which will give them more money next year, okay, in case there is salary cap Armageddon. And gives you your options open if you do decide that you want to bring the guy who really wants to be in here, Jamal Adams. So that's where we are, friends. A little over a month away from NFL training camps allegedly supposing to open. Whew. That time's coming fast. Hopefully, they'll be able to open. All right, guys, I got to go take care of some business. I'm going to be working in the workshop today, so I'll probably do a live stream about midday or so while we're working in there. And as always, I want to thank you guys for being here and being part of the show. I will catch you later.